Hey guys, Sort5 here with episode number 15 of the Brighton Mode on FIFA 21. We're kicking it off with the signing of Enoch Mwepu. And you know, in the last episode I said we were scouting him. Hopefully the scouting report would be back by deadline day. Unfortunately not. So we are kind of just putting in some guesstimate bids. And eventually we kind of work ourselves around with Red Bull Salzburg on a £20.4 million deal. As for his contract, again, we're going to have to try and guess his wages and whatnot. And in the end, we did go with 35,000 with a nice little signing on bonus and some additional bonuses for a couple of appearances. And we do sign him up. The 23-year-old joins us. The number 45 is what he currently wears. And there we go, signing on deadline day. Now, there's also maybe going to be a few departures on deadline day as Valencia come in for Neil Maupay. They initially offered us 3.15 million plus Andreas Pereira, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth. We want 45 million for Neil Maupay, or you walk away, as they did. They obviously didn't see the value that we saw in him. And we also have two loan offers for Alzate and for Richardson, one from Lazio and one from Watford, both of which will be leaving. Alzate on a 2-year loan, Richardson on a 1-year loan. And we do have another potential departure here. Inter Milan coming in for Tariq Lamptey, and because this was on deadline day, I wanted a lot more money than maybe what I would normally want for Tariq Lamptey. So I wanted 65 million plus a sell-on clause. Because it was deadline day, because it would be hard to replace on deadline day, and Antonio Conte was having none of it. As the clock ticks down on deadline day, the only signing we made was Mwepu. He won't be featuring in this game against Manchester City, but he will be in the one next up in the Europa League. But to kick this one off, 3 minutes in, the first chance does go their way, but a great bit of defending there by Ben White on Immobile. Again, then from Adrabayo on Immobile as well. So the defence, they're well up for this one. They want the win, and it seems like we might just get it with the defence working as hard as they have. Hopefully not another Kevin De Bruyne hat-trick, and hopefully not Immobile scoring there as another great save from Sam Johnson, the former Manchester United man. Obviously, he's got the rivalry with Man City. He doesn't want him to score, but we do give away the ball quite poorly. But again, the defence working hard there. Great tackle. Another great interception there from Dunk as we look to get the ball away. Still 0-0, but we are working incredibly hard with Tariq Lamptey. The man almost left us for Inter Milan on deadline day. Skips away from Grimaldo, whips one across to the back post. And one of our newer signings, Oxlade-Chamberlain, scored some bangers against Man City before in his Liverpool days. But unfortunately, it was just wide of the post as Maitland-Niles now charges through. Gets clipped by Sergio Ramos. I've got a nice little opportunity here. 30 yards out. Maybe not to shoot it because it's a bit too central, but we lay it off to Trossard. Dink one over the top to Neil Maupay. Outheads Ake. And we're 1-0 to the good. Nathan Ake just got out-jumped by Neil Maupay. We are 1-0 to the good going into half-time. The Frenchman that we maybe could have lost to Valencia. Maybe Valencia are kicking themselves now that they've seen him score against Man City. But we've got to keep up that resilient defending, and a lovely little block there from Ben White. Not the best of clearances from Maitland-Niles, putting us straight back into danger, but another great block from Adarabioyo. This time we get the ball away a bit better than we did previously. But again, they're just going to keep coming right back at us. We need the defence to be on it, and we need the defence to be putting in those blocks, putting in a shift, and just not letting them get a sniff this game. And well, you know, the 3-back is pretty much perfect for that. You know, Ben White, Adarabioyo, and Lewis Dunk. They're pretty tall. They're going to win the headers against Man City's defenders. They're pretty strong as well, so they're going to win the battles. And you know, this game had a lot of chances for both teams. You know, we created a few, they created a few. We actually maybe could have actually had more than the one goal, but in the end it was just the 1-0 victory to ourselves. We've beaten Manchester City again. Again it was 1-0, but again we have beaten Manchester City in this career. But as we do the press conference, ready for our first European game. It is an away day. We will be travelling to Molde, who I believe are Norwegian. I think they're Norwegian. I think they're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's former team, and I think they're also Haaland's former team as well. But we're taking them on in the Europa League in the group stage, our first European away day of the series. And as you can see from eventually now, as the press conference ends, the boys lining up, we will see them. We've gone for a mix of the first team and the second team. I thought the kind of quality that we have on the pitch is good enough to win it, but maybe just a sprinkling of the first team players in there just to help us out should we need it in some areas. Obviously, maybe for the away day against Slavia Prague, we need the first team, the full first team. Maybe for the away game against AZ Alkmaar, we'll need the full first team. But I think for the away day against Molde, we don't really need that many first teamers. But again, do we want it? We want to give the first team the opportunity in the European competitions, because maybe this will be their first time in there. For the likes of Tammy, obviously won the Champions League. So's the Ox. You know, we've got a couple of Champions League winners in there. Maitland-Niles played in the Europa League final with Arsenal, I think. So, you know, we've got some players who've got sort of experience in European competitions. We've also got some who are making their debut in set competitions. But we all want to know to the good. It was the main man in the... You know, it was the man we had the dilemma about. If you remember in the previous episode, McAllister. We didn't know what to do about him because he is growing rapidly. He is 21 and Trossard is 26. And they are almost the same rating, but I prefer Trossard. I really like the way Trossard plays. You may have seen Mwepu go down. He went down, he kind of stayed down. Thankfully he was able to walk off. But we'll see at the end of the game what the result of that injury was. But yeah, back to the McAllister-Trossard debate. They're almost the same rating. There's a big age gap between them. It's just the fact I prefer to use Trossard. I prefer him. Maybe we loan out McAllister. Maybe we just sell him and get all the money and try and reinvest it into different areas of the team. I'm really not sure, but comment down below what you think we should do. Should we sell him and reinvest the money? Should we try and keep him and have them two fight out for the spot? Or should we, dare I say it, sell Trossard? But we are coming to the end of this game. It was a very, very good one for ourselves. A very successful first outing in the Europa League. And, you know, 3 points to kick off the Europa League. Away from home as well in our first game. So it should be interesting to see how our first home game goes. If we can get 6 points out of a possible 6, would be brilliant. But I do see this team that we've got right now being able to kind of mount a push in this competition. As we are going to see the injury report there from Mwepu. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? His first start, and he goes and does that. Could that potentially be the 20.4 million that we spent on him down the drain? Because he's going to be out for a few months, and you know, who knows, in that few months maybe we could call up a youth player and he would grow and take his place. Maybe Maitland-Niles and Oxlade-Chamberlain kind of get a combination, a chemistry between one another that can't be broken, and he can't get back into the first team. But it is really unfortunate there from Mwepu that he's gone and done that on his first game. So coming to this one against Fulham away from home, it's a really poor game. I won't lie to you. I will not lie to you. This game is a very poor one. We do not do that good in the first half. The second half slightly improved, but again, not the best. Most of our chances are coming from corners, either being played short or whipped in. But that's going to be it. This is going to be the final game of the episode. It's as I said, not the best performance from ourselves. It is going to end as a 0-0 draw. Sorry for the spoilers, but we just couldn't find our shooting boots. Maybe some of the boys tired from the Europa League game, you know. Maybe for them it was their first one. They don't know how to react from the Thursday night to the Saturday or the Sunday. So, you know, it's understandable. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.